Hi everyone and welcome to the basement and Tullfors. Here you see the Lone Ranger Sheriff's office. It's been taken off from the base plates that came with the set and put on a reddish brown base plate that I use for my Western city. I haven't done everything I like in the city, but I've done little things. So I thought I'd start and show you that, because the rest of the city is a perfect mess at the moment. Well, maybe not even perfect, just mess. But we'll start at the Western city at least and see how much else we'll cover. On the left of the sheriff's office, you'll see my signature figure, the sheriff from the collectible minifigures series 13. I plan to show him off a lot since he's my signature figure, and we're gonna do a lot of things with him also at the blog. The blog is in Norwegian, by the way. I'll put a link to it under the video if you like to see. Google Translate can always help you. And we're just gonna move over to the other end of the Western city before we're gonna show some more. Here we have some of the elders of the Indian tribe sitting down and having a meal. They are sorry about that. They are grilling some fish, but the Lone Ranger, he doesn't like fish at all, so he's being served a chicken leg. And I'm gonna zoom out a little bit now. Sorry for the shaking. Here you see the entire Indian village. It's going to be placed about there, I think, but I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the city itself, because I found out that I need to have tracks, roads really running from this very busy city. I'm gonna show it to you. It's a total mess. There's even a big cargo plane standing stranded there. It's going to be on the tarmac of the airport, or maybe just in the air or somewhere else. It certainly is not going to stand in the middle of the city. But I plan to have road plates going from the city, and here we have a problem. I mean, there's not much room for road plates here between the fort here and the tracks here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna elevate the entire Western city. I've been checking how many bricks I need to get on my trains running under it, and people says to me I have to use between 12 and 16 bricks. So I'll probably end up being 16 bricks high, and I'll ordered a lot of burps and lerps and merps and what they are all called, those brick pieces that Lego have. Probably gonna need to order a whole lot more, but at least I started. And I'm going to elevate the Western city by putting a plate, not like a table plate, but an MDF plate with wooden feet, and I'm gonna cover the sides with the rocks to make tunnels. And I have a large tunnel for the road and a smaller tunnel for the trains. So that means also that I'm gonna get more room up here for the Western city. Now, in order to actually have the wall with the rock wall, tunnel wall, I can't build it as wide as I have the table space for. So I have to have perhaps 2 base plates, maybe 2.5. If I do the sin and cutting up a base plate, I might actually do that, because it gives me at least one more building to have, because some of the buildings, they really aren't that big. I like the old style of the buildings, and you might not see that because I built a new sheriff's office. I took the old sheriff's office that Lego came out with, I think it was in the 80s, and extended it, because the sheriff who's standing on his porch there, and maybe I can zoom in on him, he complained that he had that he's the one that's standing on top of the porch. He complained that he had too little space for his office. After all, this is a tourist attraction, and a lot of drunken Lego people that needs to be incarcerated for a while until they cool off. So I actually took away that very tiny jail that was in the set, and built. You see the wooden panels here, and on the blog I'll take some better pictures of it and show it off, and then you have some jail windows on the side, and a quite okay sized jail in the back there with some benches for the people to sit and cool off on. And the entire idea here, as I said, is to elevate it so I can build a big Western city and have some. It's not going to be that big really, because I have my limitations. I have the tables that I have, but I can use a little bit of the table next to me to make it sort of like an L shape. We have a Fort Lego Rado. It's I think it's quite the same size that it is originally. I haven't changed much, not that I can recall at least. But I placed it on 4 red-brown base plates, and it's standing solid now. You can't take it apart. Then you have to, well, of course you can take it apart because it's Lego, but you can't move the walls around like you originally could, because I built it all together. Because I wanted to have a good fortress. We have a transport coming in with some barrels, and over here a cannon is moving out. I have a lot more cannons standing here, just waiting for missions. But I don't think the officers or enlisted men in the Lego Rado army will have much to do. I mean, I have quite an army. You can see them there, and they are all armed, of course, but mostly for show for the tourists. Yeah, we have the. Sorry, you're gonna jump a bit again. I just want to show you this. It's a huge harvester, really huge. I like it a lot, so I'm gonna have it on my farm. And the idea now that I elevate the Western city is that I can use some of this brown table here. That's full of chaos at the moment. I can use some of it as the Western city, maybe a third of it, and the rest I can use as farmland. I have some green plates and stuff, and some lots of sand colored plates now that I've taken all the Western houses away. We're gonna do something with that. I'm gonna make quite a little field for the harvester to work on, and I'm gonna need some hog bins and chicken houses and things for this farm here. And I have this Outback Station, it's called. It's an old Lego set. It came with that cargo plane, which lost a wheel. It's somewhere in my boxes. But I'm thinking of just using that Outback house as the sort of house for the farm, because there's not that much room to build a house. Or I can just build a plain little house. Maybe I'll just do that. And let the farm buildings be the big ones. Over there we have the Ghostbusters HQ. It's going to move into the city in a while. I plan to put it on the edge of my city, so that I can actually access the building with the playing parts. If I get to place it as I want, I have plenty of space to do that. But you never know in the Lego City how things are going to go. And I think that was all I had to show you for this update. I'll go back to the Western City, as that's the only thing that's sort of under control at the moment. And hopefully when I come back with another update, either late in December or very early in January, I can show you the finished heightenment of the Western City, so you can see how it's going to turn out with roads and trains and everything. So thank you for now. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you liked the video, even though it's a little bit stuttering and not with a very great commentary. I'll try to improve that in the future. That's one of my New Year's resolutions for 2018. Have a manuscript. So I'll see you around, and also If you'd like to visit the blog, I'll leave a link down in the description of the video. And as I said, it's in Norwegian, but Google Translate will help you a lot. It's not that hard, and it's a lot of pictures, hopefully. See you!